Hello YouTube, it's Joey here, and if you're watching this video, you're probably wondering the basics to jungling, and I'm gonna be explaining that in this video. So, in jungling, you want to buy a Hunter's Machete and health potions to most effectively clear the jungle. And today I'm playing the champion Nocturne because he's one of the simpler junglers, and he's very effective in the game. I'm gonna be starting at blue buff because it's really easy to secure and it gives you a lot of XP. What you want to take first when you're jungling is Duskbringer with him or with other junglers, like an offensive move to kill it faster. With him, Duskbringer is very good because it will increase my damage, my base attack damage, and it will do damage to the buff. I have my friend Mr. McFluffy in the game too, to represent a leash from the jungler. For the jungler, a leash pretty much it's to help the jungler clear the first buff, so he doesn't have a hard time in the jungle. So what he is gonna do is pretty much just hit the buff a few times, so he can do damage. And the buff and blue buff and red buff here and here, they always spawn at 155, and they have a 5-minute wait till it respawns. So right now he's getting his card to do some damage. I'm gonna Duskbringer it and kill it. You want to pop a health potion so you don't get too low from this, and pretty much like this. Use all your moves on it because once you get blue buff, you'll be getting a lot of mana back. Make sure you use health potions consistently because a lot of junglers are weak in the early game, but they'll do better late game. Like, as the game progresses, you won't take as much damage. The next move I want to get is Unspeakable Horror because it will do damage and it's going to fear it. I'm going to use this, and I have Smite still because my mid lane, he gave me a smiteless leash. So I didn't have to use that. I'm going to use it here and kill it. Now I got level 3 off it, and I have the option to use my Q, or upgrade my Duskbringer, or upgrade my Shroud of Darkness. I'm going to do my Shroud of Darkness so I have all my moves. Basically, when you're jungling, you just want to clear the jungle, gain some levels, and you can gank as well. So, basically, like what I said, just clear the jungles, camps, and make sure you don't fall off the game. Jungle is kind of like support in a way. It's easy to grasp the concept, but very hard to master it. But pretty much this is how it goes. See, I'm not losing too much health. Like, I still have some health potions, but since there are items to effectively clear the jungle, you should buy them, and I'm gonna buy some right after I back here. I wanna kill these first. My smite is coming up soon, so I'll have enough to buy. So I'm gonna go back right now since I'm low on health. I only have 1 health potion left, and I want to buy an item to help me clear the jungle. Madred's Blood Razors are really good because passive to it is it deals 60 bonus magic damage to monsters on hit, which is just really good. I'm gonna buy those, and depending on your situation, you can buy more health potions and maybe a ward to help give map vision to your team. But pretty much that's how jungling goes. You can just make sure you stay on top of your levels with killing these camps and everything. But the most important thing is to gank though. So I'm gonna go bot lane right now because just say if this was a normal game, there would be laners here, and I would need to gank so I could help win their lane. That's pretty much what you want to do as a jungle. Make sure you help your team so they could win the game. So how it goes, I'm killing him, and then I killed him. So, alright guys, I'm gonna stop the video, but in the video that you'll be watching, I'll show and explain the masteries that I'm using, and that's pretty much it. Alright guys, so the runes and masteries that I'm using they're pretty simple. For runes, yeah, I have that since I play this game a lot. I got move speed quints because they really help when I'm ganking because I'm much faster, obviously. But pretty much the basic ones that you don't need them, but they're better. Is just attack damage reds and quintessences, armor seals, and magic resist. What are they? Blues, glyphs. Because they pretty much they're good in the game for other champions and for clearing the jungle. But the masteries, that's what really counts. So the masteries, when you're jungling, you should mainly focus on defensive ones because when jungling, you don't need to do as much damage. You need to be more tanky. So what I did is I got this Summoner's Resolve, which grants 10 bonus gold on Smite, which is pretty good. It's worth it. Then I got Durability, and because it gives me health as the game progresses with Veteran Scars, just 30 health. I got Hardiness, which is 5 armor, pretty good. Then I got Relentless, because those ones, this mastery effects, like, when you're engaging with a gank, there's possibility that you can get slowed, and you don't really want that to happen because, I mean, you won't get a good gank off, obviously. But it's really important so you're fast. That's why I chose in my jungle page to get the move speed quints, because the faster I am, the more likely I'm going to get a good gank. The other masteries I got is Tough Skin, which is just great for the jungle because it reduces damage taken from monsters by 2. Since they're at every camp, there's usually like around 3. Taking reduced damage by 2 is pretty good, and it helps you have like more health. I also got Bladed Armor because it deals 6 true damage to any minion or monster that attacks you. That's good because it helps me clear the camps faster, and it's just worth it. I also got Safeguard because if I'm ganking as the game progresses, it reduces the damage taken by turrets by 5%, which is pretty good because maybe you're going to tower dive, and maybe that 5% will save you and help you get the kill. I also got only 1 point in Juggernaut because the way that Juggernaut scales is kind of weird because it gives you 1.5% off the bat, just rank 1, but then only 1.25% on the next rank. So it's good to just have it, like, just get a point in it because it's more effective. I also did that on Legendary Armor because it gives me 2% armor and magic resist bonus, but on the next rank, only 1.5. Also got Defender because this one's great for just all-around tankiness because it gives me armor and magic resist per enemy champion around me. I got Good Hands as well because it reduces the time that I spent dead by 10%, which is like crazy good because some like maybe you need to be up and you can get that kill and maybe save the game or just something. It's always good to have it. Also got Reinforced Armor because taking 10% less damage from critical strikes is really good because most AD carriers rely on critical strikes, and that could shut down some of their damage. I got Honor Guard because it reduces damage by 3%, that's great. Another really important mastery to take is Butcher because it makes you do 4% damage, or just 4 damage to minions and monsters on hit, which is awesome. Then I got Summoner's Wrath here. You don't need to do this, but if you use Ghost, you should get it. But I didn't use Ghost, so it was my mistake that I accidentally wasted a point on it. But if you use Ghost, you should take it because it increases your movement to 35%. I got 1 point in Fury just for the attack speed, and kind of I just need to use a point. What you really want is to get deadliness because it's scaling attack damage, and this one and weapon expertise is really good because it ignores 8% of the target's armor, which is super good. Depending on the jungler that you want, because most of them are AD. I just gave it like the basic on an AD jungler, but if you're using like an AP jungler, like Maokai say, you may want to get these masteries instead of these ones since Maokai does magic damage. It's just preference and depending on champions. So in the spells, you always want Smite, but the other choice is either having Ghost or Flash. You need those. You need either or because Ghost, it's really good for champions like Hecarim, which scale on it and move around movement speed. But Flash is also really good because, like you see in the picture, you can move like a short distance, and that's really effective sometimes if you have to get over a wall to kill someone or escape. It's just all around great. So, alright, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching my video. I hope you learned a lot for jungling and the basics of it. Alright, guys, I'll see you later.